Hello, second and third grade, and welcome back to music class. As you know, we are going to be talking about different holiday classic songs over the course of the next couple of weeks. We already talked about Jingle Bells, and we're going to be talking about a few more really popular Christmas holiday songs. And this week, we are going to be talking not about one song, but about a couple of different songs that are all grouped together in what is known as the Nutcracker. You may have heard of the Nutcracker before, or you may not, and that's okay. We're going to learn a little bit about it today. So, before we get started, I'm going to play a couple of songs from the Nutcracker that you might recognize, okay? Okay, we'll stop it right there. So, you might have heard that before, or you might not have. And if you have, maybe you heard it in a movie. I know sometimes they put that song in movies. Maybe you heard it in a movie, maybe you heard it some other place. Let's listen to one more song from the Nutcracker. Think about whether or not you've heard this. Okay, that's all we'll listen to for that one. So, again, maybe you've heard these before, maybe you haven't. Either's okay. I just want to talk a little bit about where those songs come from, okay? Again, these songs come from something called the Nutcracker. And today I want to tell you a few things about the Nutcracker, okay? The first thing that I want you to know about the Nutcracker is that it was originally a children's book. Okay? Originally there was no Nutcracker music. It was just a story of a little girl and her toy Nutcracker that her grandfather got her for Christmas. And if you watched the video yesterday, that will take you through the whole story of the Nutcracker. It's a very cool story, and originally it was a children's book written a long, long time. And then one day, a man found this book and he loved it so much that he decided that he wanted to make it into a ballet. Do you know what a ballet is? Have you ever heard of a ballet? It is a kind of dance, as you might know. So, what this man wanted to do when he found this book, he loved it so much, and he thought, I need to make this into a ballet. And what that means is he wanted to take it and make it into what you might call a play or a musical, where you have actors and actresses that go up on stage and play the part of characters, and they tell a story. That is basically what a ballet is, only with a ballet, there's lots and lots and lots of music and dancing. So, again, this man wanted to take this book and make it into a ballet, which means that he wanted to take it and tell the story now through dancers and through music. He got in contact with a man named Tchaikovsky. Can you say that? Can you say Tchaikovsky? Tchaikovsky was a classical composer back in the 1800s. And the man who wanted to make the Nutcracker into a ballet contacted Tchaikovsky and said, Tchaikovsky, I really want to take this book and make it into a ballet, but I don't know how to write music. So I need you to write me music that will help me tell the story of the Nutcracker. And Tchaikovsky said, absolutely I will. So Tchaikovsky and this other man worked together to take the Nutcracker from a children's book into a ballet, which again just means that he wanted to take the story of the Nutcracker from the children's book and now tell the story through dancers and through music, okay? So Tchaikovsky went ahead and wrote the music, and they went ahead and debuted the ballet, which means that they practiced and they put the show together and they opened it up for the public. And the Nutcracker ballet became so popular that the music still lives on today. So, just to recap a little bit, the Nutcracker was originally a children's book story, and this man found the book and thought it was so good that he wanted to make the story come alive by now making the story into a ballet and tell it through dancers and through music. And Tchaikovsky helped write the music to the Nutcracker ballet, and this music still lives on today. One thing I want to mention really quick is we've kind of been talking about folk music and classical music and jazz music and pop music, and the Nutcracker music would be considered classical music because it was written in the 1800s, and that's a time when a lot of classical songs were written, and also the very nature of the music is classical. I mentioned before that a lot of classical songs are played on the violin or they're played by an orchestra, and you can tell a song is classical by the way it sounds. And so the last thing I want to do for you guys is I want to play a little bit of the Nutcracker music for you on my violin, because I played this music when I was in college a few years ago, and it was kind of hard to play. And I can't play all of it again because I haven't played this in a long time, but I think I remember just a little bit of it for you. And I just want to play a tiny, tiny piece of the Nutcracker music for you guys on my violin to just show you what it looks like when someone plays this on their violin, okay? There we go. So that is all for today. Again, I just wanted to give you a little bit of history on the Nutcracker music, since you might have heard it before, and you'll probably hear this music again. It's used in a lot of movies, and it's just very popular music. But again, it's considered classical music because of when it was written and because of the way that it sounds. It sounds very classical because a lot of it is played by an orchestra. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about that, and I hope you enjoyed listening to the music and hearing about the story behind it, and I will see you soon.